All right. So if you are a international Vietnamese student in Canada or US and you don't know how to plan your busy week, then this is a tutorial for that. And I'll just plan my own week and explain as I go through them. All right. So first, I have a few buckets of, well, I'm not going to bother explain these now. I'll explain it in a separate video. But next week, I'm thinking about planning the fixed blocks that that other things have to go around that first, because these blocks, like work or school, cannot change. So, might as well put them in first, and then you can see all the free hours uh, during the rest of the days of the weeks. Then you can plan around that. So for me, next week I have work that are fixed blocks, and so I will start putting those in. Next week is this one. I have Tuesday. Tuesday from 12 to 6. The shift. And then Wednesday, the same, 12 to 6. Let me see. Right. Then Friday, 4 to 8 at 12. Yeah. 4 p.m. to 12 or to 8. Yeah. And then the week after that is Monday. Next week on the 15th. Monday, 1 p.m. till 6. That's 5 hours. Tuesday is from 12. Let's see. And it's the 19th. Yep. Work 4 to 8. All right. So that's my schedule, and now I'll plan for my twin brother since we share the same thing, the same calendar. So that's tomorrow, right? The 7th. That's tomorrow from 11:30 till Sunday. Yep. Next week, the 13th, next Saturday, is 12 to 6. All right, so that's the fixed blocks, the work blocks that I cannot control anyway. So I scheduled those in. Now my next week should, what is it lagging? Should have the, oh, it is lagging. There. Now my next week should have the work blocks. Like these. Yeah, the part-time income here when my cursor is moving in a circle. Those are the fixed blocks that I need to plan my schedule around. All right, now I will move on to I have school. I have summer school, so now I'll do that. Move down to the second most inflexible blocks will be school for me. Summer school. And let's see, next week is week 24 out of 52. So this is next week. And next week for class, we'll do. Wait, is it not here? Next week for class, I will do. Come on. Oh. You need to. Let me see. We need to do topic 2 and 3 of module 2. Hmm. Wait. Next one would be wrapping up module 2 and starting module 3. All right, so let's edit this. Two, T2, 3. And here, you just see I put down the result thing. And so each week, for to to make sure I'm on a good pace and keep making progress every week, I have to know exactly what I want to get done to be done by the end of the week. And that is what the result is. And so for here, this case, next week, I want to wrap up my module 2, topic 2 and 3 lessons to be done with to be on pace with the summer school. And if you're not doing this, meaning you're not setting specific result to complete by the end of each week, then you are just, you're not making clear progress as you could because you're not tracking anything. And so this is one of the things I would encourage you to do, just to keep making progress every week, and and with this way, for sure uh, what kind of progress you made throughout the week instead of just I did something. And then for the purpose is like put down a good reason on for why you want you will want to complete this specific result by the end of next week, not 2 weeks from now, a month from now. And so for me to keep fast pace is to complete the class before summer ends, so I don't need to drag this on. So it is the reason doesn't need to be super big or super, like fancy, but as long as it's meaningful to you and to what you are tracking, then it's good. All right, and then after that, you just put down what you need to do. So I think I wrote wrong here. Module 2, not 3. So let's do this assignment 2. Then plus some assignment 2. Just wrap up. Aim for answer questions. All right. And now that I have had my fixed blocks for next week, now I can look at my schedule and plan around that. And this is the reason why I want to schedule in the fixed blocks first. So this is next week, right, from June 8th to the 14th. My fixed blocks are the work are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. The weekend is my brother's. So that means if I want to do school, then I have to plan on around the work blocks on days where I have work to make the most progress. And also I can see the empty days, so I can put the heavier school workload on the empty day. On the day, yeah, on the day I have more time and more energy to do. And then on the work day where I have less time and less energy, then I can schedule in work that are not as hard or doesn't require as much energy to do, just so I don't have to feel so stressed and cramped all the time. And so for school next week, I have for module 2, I only have reading textbook left. So read the rest of textbook of chapter 2. And I don't think I even want to do assignment 2 on the same day. Assignment 2 is not super hard, but just on days where I read textbook, it takes a long time for me to read. And so I would want to separate the work up, chapter work up. And so let's do that for now. And then I know that Monday I don't have class, so I will schedule the reading textbook, which is the heavier workload, on Monday. This is under my name. We'll start at, let's see, 7:30 in the morning. All right. So that is for Monday. And for Tuesday, I have work, and so I will want to schedule in something that is not as heavy. And for me, that could be assignment 2. I would just chip in as much as possible. I'm not going to force myself to complete the whole thing with the limited time. Let's check again what time I go to work on Tuesday. At 11. Okay, so I have the whole morning. We'll schedule in, let's just do 2 hours. This gonna make it start at 8. All right, and that is for Monday and Tuesday. Workload. Wednesday I have work again, so I will want to schedule in something light again. And God, do I have to go check for school again? Policy. I don't remember my password. Talking about rough. Okay, I'll check it on my laptop, so you will have to wait for me since this is a live session. But what I can do is, I do know that every week there is reading textbook. Every week there should be reading textbook, and then that's task number 1, the heaviest one. Read some sort of science article and watch a TED Talk video. And I know that reading the science article and watching the TED Talk video is much lighter than reading the textbook for me, since I can just, for the science article, pick out the important parts to read instead of reading the whole thing. So it won't take as much time. That means I can put it on the Wednesday block. And so module 2, topic 3, TED Talk video. is for Wednesday. Wednesday is the 10th, right? Yep. Start 8. It shouldn't take me more than 2 hours, but I'll just, no, there. Let me check. I'm looking at my laptop on the side here, so all right. Never mind. What is this? Next week workload is really heavy. In prep, browse, you will find material 0 to 3. Hmm. Okay. Okay, since next week is heavy, so and I don't have TED Talk video, I have to listen to an audio program that's an hour long. Uh, and then I have Thursday off. I mean, I can top up the reading, read 1/3 chapter 3. Plus, I don't think I have time. Let's just browse website. It's just the thing I need to do. 0 to 3 websites. And for this task specifically, I probably would want to browse for 20 minutes only. I can switch this around since it's fast. And then that should put me at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. by the time I complete this task right before work. So that's Wednesday. And then Thursday I have the whole day off. So that would allow for heavier workload. I think I would want to just complete reading the textbook before doing the audio program. So, and I have time too. So read. Read textbook, read chapter 3 plus browse website. 0 to 3 website. Plus 2. Oh, and by the way, you should also be planning along instead of watching me because I'm just planning. There's nothing exciting to watch. It's just, I think it's just that it's important to listen into my thought process behind how I plan, and that's the more educational part. and more entertaining part. So you should also be planning to make this time worth your while rather than just sitting here and watch me do my work. Mm. And then on Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Friday I have work, so I will just read the rest of the chapter. And that would be fine. On Saturday, I have the whole day off, so I can do module 2 audio program, 54-minute, and finish up assignment 2. All right. So that's the my next week for school. Now I will move on to the next block, which is working out. This is a more flexible block. And so after I have planned my first work and then school, which are the two less flexible blocks, now I can look at my schedule and see what time blocks I have left for working out. And so let me check what time next week I have scheduled for working out, and then I can put it in. Next week I have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay. Next week I can do Monday, move the Wednesday one to Thursday. Or I can do Alright, let's just schedule the Monday first, and then alright, it's in here. Where is here? Mm, 6:30 p.m. the first workout day, and then I can do Tuesday, Wednesday, because I come out work at 6, right? Hmm. Next week it's tight. Let me see. What do I have so far? In the afternoon, I have here where's the taco? Here, it ends at 5. Both days. I can move this one to here. What? Then action project freaks. Two of 4. And then the last workout day will be on Sunday. Wait. Huh? This one can move to Sunday. So Monday, I'm confused. Let me put this on Sunday. So that's Sunday. And this one should be Thursday. Not Wednesday. And then, yeah, I work Tuesday and Wednesday. So let's do this. All right. Why is it? Is it 3 hours 40? I guess that's account for right. That's shower. Okay. So that's workout done. What else do I have next week? Apart from school, workout, I mean, I have my side projects, uh, which is here.
Done. Done.
Next week is for what? Edit. Keep copy. Part ideally 30 minutes, max 40 minutes. And so it would be check 9. or check the format explanation. Section. Hmm. All right. So these are the two main work I need to complete next week. Now I don't know. Here's the tricky part in planning. I don't know how exactly the work will turn out like, or what kind of new challenge, new problem will pop up as I go through these action. So I can't quite plan for that unexpected events. So that's why I will only have two action for the whole week, and I will schedule the actions on, on a free day when at the hour I can't do. So let's do it at 11 on Monday. This looks good. Or let's do 12. And let's get it 2 hours and see what happens. And then I will also schedule this not so that I rush myself through the first action, but just as a placeholder on the calendar to make sure I remember to do it. And then as I go through the day and as I make progress on the action, and I have a better view of what need to do next or whatnot, then I can edit my plan for this business action or the side project action more throughout the week. But for now, I will have the the general plan. Yeah, let me see. This already repeated.
Done.
All right. That is it for my weekly planning. I have my next week ready. I hope you have been planning along with me. Usually, the planning takes fairly long. It takes like an hour to 2 hours. 2 hours if I have, I change my weekly plan and I really need to sit there to consider what's going on and, what new things I need to consider. And because of those are extra unexpected thinking hour or work, so it takes an extra hour. But usually it takes around, 60 minutes for me to plan the next week. And if you think 1 to 2 hours is a lot of time just for planning next week, then, it is a lot of time, but it's worth it because then when next week comes, you have a clear plan of what's going on and what will happen the next day. So you won't be panicking when the day comes and you have to start thinking about what to do to make the most of your time, of your available time, to be the most productive. So this 2 hours is well worth the panic that you may have next week. And that's it. Have fun planning.